fade into the grave. It comes at night, like the rising tide. Slow approach, no place to hide. The way it moves with a haunting grace. Me possessed with one embrace.
All right. Well, hey there, family, as we do our Blue Rose of Appalachia here upon GM Balo and all the games that go across all the realms as our brave heroes from far and wide come down the cosmic paths and have found themselves in the town of Baker's Gap trying to unravel exactly what it is that has been going on. There is darkness in these hills that threatens to swallow up all who would come in. With that, we will start our stuff today. Now, you go up to the western part of Baker's Gap. You find the wood thick as it goes into the mountain hills. And you go past what normal people would, past where anyone would really want to tread, lest they get scratched up and where no cart or car could quite make it. There you'll find the tents of, well, anyone who just doesn't quite fit into the gap. People of the wrong color, the wrong economic standing, those with no home or no relationship to speak of, who've never quite been able to get the hang of what it looks like to grab a piece of your own and care for it. Those that the good folk of the Rising Creek Baptist Church, well, it's just beyond what they can do to care for. Now, you don't get me wrong. The ladies auxiliary of the church does much of the work. They tend to the sick, but they tend to limit themselves to those who live in houses, those who have property, or those who rent, not the squatters in the wood. No, that just wouldn't be appropriate now, would it? No, to tend to these poor souls is a different type, that of Good Mother Ministries, led by Speaker Timothy, who does services and does what they can to get everything that might be needed, as well as provide a list of things that can be done to maintain the community, both on this side and the other side of the law. After all, who can tell what might fall off the railroad if it was pushed just right? Who can say that someone just didn't trip anyway? And thus there's usually a somewhat worn path between the railroad and Good Mother Ministries. After all, supply run is supply run. And most of the folk who have some farms around, a portion of their corn or, an aging chicken who they'd probably have to get down anyway and not going to miss too much goes missing. Well, they don't too much mind. They seem to know just the right amount to take without getting the wrong type of attention. After all, no one wants anyone dying or starving. And they're just as soon as them be able to take care of themselves rather than having to ask for more. And it is in this place, the main tent of Good Mother Ministries, in which sits Esther, Lynn, and Peridot, I, Ace, and Sally. Sitting across from what was just a moment ago Speaker Timothy now goes by a different name in front of them. Evelyn, as she begins to tidy up and get everything in order, starts to look at the general chore list, and she was telling them exactly what was what. She goes, "Well, sound like you heard a great deal, get an idea of our little community here. And while we always appreciate the visitors, I'd just love to know what exactly it is we can all do for you."
What is it you do here?
Oh, mostly just survive.
Survive
Live.
what?
Life. Hunger, shelter. Do my best to make sure everyone here is clothed and has some type of shelter over their head, that we're okay for winter when it comes. It's hard, but we make it through all right. It's just about living.
Are we allowed to walk around in this area?
Folks around, as long as you are polite, don't go walking around people's tents. You want to walk past, you want to walk on the outskirts or through the main way that we've made our little streets here, but don't be looking in on people. This should be just fine.
Can we have a tent?
Well, I can tell from the look of all of you, I think you have other places to stay, right?
Look at the others.
Not for the night.
Well, I suppose it is getting dark as it is, and wouldn't want you to have to make your way on your own. But supper will be in about an hour or so, and we don't have tents. But if you want to get a posa and make yourself a makeshift shelter as what you might be able to find, that's entirely up to you. There might be some fabric or such hanging around. So if you go out back of my tent, anything you find out there is free to use for the night.
Thank you.
Do you think we could all fit in a tent?
I think so.
Well, if I find just the right shaped tree, I definitely think I could make us one.
Did the who we were speaking to, did they seem to feel any type of way about Ace being with us?
No. So again, who's speaking to? Seem to go between Timothy and Evelyn.
Is there a
Even
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
even mid conversation, or just like who?
Not
I don't
much mid, no.
Got
So when you'd walked in, they were speaking as a man and preaching as Timothy. Then taking you out to the tent as they removed the garments they were preaching and everything, and sat down and took off their outer shirt and revealed a dress. They began talking as Evelyn.
Gotcha. Sorry, Jackie, go ahead.
Is it just tents here, or is there a building?
There are no buildings.
Is there a larger tent in the area for the preaching?
No.
Okay.
So there are no tents. There are no empty tents here.
Okay.
That's what she had told you.
What about like does it look like there's an area where this particular group of people gather, like a clearing or a stage or a...
Yeah, there's a stump in which when you came in, you saw them. You saw Timothy talking to everybody who was standing. Everyone kind of stood around the stump, and then have now dispersed, to some getting ready for dinner, some down for the night. And everyone doing the chores to get ready for the onslaught of the night.
Okay. Shall we go look for an area?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sally,
Uh-huh.
we're friends, right?
Of course we are.
Are we best friends?
Uh-huh.
Can I hold your hand?
Uh-huh.
Esther will take your hand.
So I
Where
like
are we
to think.
walking to? What were you gonna say, Peridot?
I'd like to think that Evelyn said that like we could like find something to make like a makeshift tent kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looking back, what you're able to essentially come to.
I was
Yeah.
I was definitely thinking like the big old sheet
Yeah,
kind of thing, making like a lean-to for us.
that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. using the rope that we have to make a little lean-to, so we at least have some kind of shelter.
Yeah, it is more like a thicker canvas sheet. Like they were saying, a little bit of water, not much, but some type of protection.
Does weather seem like it'll hold overnight?
It does, yeah. There's no sign of rain. And there's plenty of sticks that you can spend some time to whittle down into steaks if you needed to.
I don't think I've ever been camping.
Oh, it's pretty easy. Just,
Can you show us?
I've never been camping in the wilderness. Only ever camped in cities. Imagine it's kind of the same though, right? We just gotta find food. It's the only thing we need. We'll be fine without a good place to sleep or
She
any
said
other comforts.
she said there would be supper.
What exactly is our angle during supper? I mean, we came here to see if they were connected to whatever deal was made by the reservoir.
I think so.
Yep, that's why we came here. Uh-huh.
What do you all want to discover here?
Well, I mean, you guys gotta admit, it's a little weird how that person can do what Esther and Kelly can do. Like, that doesn't seem rare. Like, for around here, it's kind of odd. We get that there's, the walkers have magic and there's some people like that, but, and just how they were talking about what they worship, it just didn't seem right.
Do you think they know what's causing this between me and Kelly?
Honestly, I don't know.
Maybe I could ask some questions at supper.
I get the feeling that Evelyn and Timothy's situation is kind of on the down low. I don't know if the people in their congregation know.
I doubt that they do.
Why wouldn't they tell us to keep it secret?
It's probably why they had us come back to their place, our room. Because they saw the usage.
Plus, we're not exactly the most discreet people in the world. They don't.
Yeah, we are kind of suspicious. And then I think Peridot looks at her arm and she realizes she's made of wood right now. Yeah, totally suspicious.
My also
But to be fair, the most realistic way for us not to share with other people is to have them not tell us that we don't want them. Otherwise, we probably would figure out why.
I'm just curious because we know that supposedly that maybe the hunger's here and is maybe behind this, and it's just weird that out of all of us, Kelly was the only one that actually had a doppelganger that was made by the hunger, introduced somehow. Like, her simulacrum was the hunger, and she has this same ability as this person now we just met, who worships some entity or speaks for some entity out there that we're not sure about. I'm just curious if maybe there's more of a connection than we're seeing.
I wasn't made by the hunger.
No, but when all that happened, it was around the same time when you came and Kelly came together. I'm pretty sure.
Esther, you're also not her first. I mean, Kelly's affinity for holding multiple people, it's been going on longer than just you.
What do you mean it's been going on longer than just her?
Kelly whispers.
This isn't the only time.
Kelly.
This is special.
No, there was a hippie Kelly, and then she went through her superhero phase.
Is there just like an 80% chance you get possessed if I'm with you guys? Like, is this like a hidden thing? Am I just screwed?
Well, I guess that you are the only other human besides Kelly, so kind of.
I'm a human.
Yeah, I don't
You're
think
not
that
human,
counts.
Esther?
No offense.
Well, I mean, you're human, but you and Kelly share the same body, so.
I
It
don't
makes sense
share
that
a body.
Peridot tilts her head on in a really awkward angle towards you, Ace. It's like, I wonder what kind of spirit would possess you.
They'd have to go through a lot of trauma in order to do that. So, joke's on them.
Esther, I think it's time you take a nap.
Wait.
Shopping mall, shopping mall, shopping mall.
See, aren't you guys happy I found that out?
Kelly lets go of your hand. What's going on?
We're camping.
They didn't buy our story about being the chosen vessel or whatever the heck they were calling it.
Well, now what?
Now, well, all of you guys get to go to dinner.
Oh. Well, I am hungry. Shall we go?
And me,
What-
I'm going to hide here and pretend I'm a doll.
What do we do when they ask us where the last person is?
I could hang out with you and just say that we're not hungry and don't feeling too well. Since I don't eat either, it'd be kind of awkward for me to sit there.
It still
know-
baffles me that things don't need to eat.
You know, it still baffles me that eating is how I met Ace. He would literally eat anything. Liverwurst. You know, the one with the clues? What were the clues? There was the one, I shave every day, but my beard stays the same. And then there was the yesterday follows today, and tomorrow is in the middle.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Takes me back. Lynn, try to solve that one.
Oh, I'm gonna go to dinner.
Hey, wait up.
Fine. Didn't take us that long. Took us like 5 seconds. We figured it out.
Ace remembers that event differently.
It's like that would solve. Don't think it means what you think it means. All right, so you're headed towards dinner there. Correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Alrighty. Very good. So some time goes by. Peridot, you're able to get a kind of lean-to tent, enough to kind of give some amount of privacy. What passes for an area that you can find somewhat open and had to be cleared from a few things, but a few rocks and twigs, but it'll suffice for one night. It'll be fine. And then with that, you're able to sit down and, well, the quiet night as the bits of boiled cabbage and beans are served out to everybody. The cabbage broth saved for the next meal, put in so it keeps warm enough. Everyone comes in and you notice that everyone seems to have a plate and a cup. As you look around, doesn't seem like you have any.
Is Timothy or Evelyn sitting down for supper?
Evelyn seems to be busying herself a little bit. She hasn't sat down quite yet. Just kind of making sure everything's okay.
Sorry, how many people are here?
Right now about 50.
Okay.
Women, children, some men, just smattering of folk. They all go, and you see they came out with a little plate, getting their food. Evelyn, like I said, is greeting people and just seeing about the day's business. She just looked over and noticed you all plateless and goes, "Oh my goodness, I know just the thing. And she goes over where it looks like there were several cuttings of a log, thin ones, sections, and she goes and kind of counts and grabs 5 and brushes them off, and quickly finds what looks like some handkerchiefs and puts them over them. She goes, "That should do you all right for tonight. Don't need you to go starving."
We saw those, some debris in the road on the way in from Paradise. Where is it that you guys get your supplies?
Oh, well, often, sometimes things just fall off. We'll usually pick through whatever falls off the train. You'd be surprised what that bumpy rider do when things aren't secured quite right. And whatever is found there is found.
Well, it's better than letting it go to waste, that's for sure.
That's right. And there's some folk who will put out the things that are going to go, some of their crops and what they have in a nice bin just outside their property line. Which we've always taken as invitation.
Does everybody who's here seem to be living by the same means? Like, they seem like the same, like, status? Or are there people who come here to worship that don't live in the community and stuff?
I would say looking here, this seems to be all people who live here. All in, like, either lean-tos like what you have, or some have more proper tents. It seems to be more few and far between.
What's expected out of all these people for the free food?
Huh. She kind of laughs. Oh, for here, just everyone does their part. As long as you help in some way, whether it be chopping wood for the fire or giving a little bit of what you have, whatever kind of works for you, as long as you're helping, then it's good. And like I said, those who are just passing through, we make sure that they are fed, just like y'all, at least for one night.
Would it surprise you if I told you that people around town don't speak very highly of the Good Mother?
No one wouldn't. They wouldn't speak too highly of other people here. Much likely, who we find our security, solitude, and safety from.
Why do you think so many people don't like this place?
Yes, well, I suspect it's a problem they don't know how to solve. People who just would rather not put down roots or can't. Everyone in town, they're making do the best they can. Most don't have much to give others anyway. So I think they look on the people here and they know how to handle the drunk who might throw around their family. Everyone can get together and talk sense into him. And they can handle a lot of other things. But folk who just fit outside of that square they have for themselves. And I suspect it bothers people to be around something they know is wrong. I should say, an injustice in the world. And can't quite fix it. A lot easier to cast aspersions and, for the most part, try to just pretend it doesn't really exist.
Is that why this is called the Good Mother?
Well, it's Good Mother because we think the Good Mother is real. She's in these woods. and
She's a
helped us.
person.
Indeed.
Could you tell us about her?
And she kind of looks at you and puts on from her dress, she kind of pulls a shirt, she puts it on, buttons up, and straightens the tie. Goes, well, the good mother, I can tell you about her indeed. She is the one who has been imprisoned here. So she knows what it is to have loss, a loss so horrible and down, and a loss so deep that it hurts your soul. That's here. Everyone here is the same, experience something. People don't choose to live this way. No, indeed. They are made to by circumstance, made to by this world, as she was made to be the good mother. She was made to be outside of what many would consider the normal order of things. Society, they spurned her, threw her out, her and her child, to die. But she lives still. In a way. And she will rise. And rises.
She grieves.
Oh, yes. It is that grief that helps us address our own.
I've been sort of dealing with some of that myself. I recently lost my mother.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Is it?
Indeed. And put their hand towards your shoulder, stops and says, "May I?"
She'll nod.
He pats it lightly. I am truly sorry for your loss. That is a horrible thing, especially so young.
And good mother, is she able to help with that?
She can do many things. Indeed, for those who are faithful to her, and for those who have indeed need. We do petition her, and when she is able, she at times will help those who she deems to help. But make no mistake, it is not about worthiness. No, sir. She just does what she will. She is an executioner of sorts, not a judge.
You talk about her like some people talk about the woods in general. Is she different than the way other people spiritualize the earth around here?
Oh, the green. Indeed, she is not of the green, nor is she of the dark. She is of her and herself.
Does she
She
ever...
doesn't.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, if she doesn't come from the dark, where does she come from?
Well, she was human once. It's like you and me. Though gifted all the same. Mightily gifted. And she was sent out. It was her mother's love and grief that drove her to leave all and find a path so different than what is here and around, that none can truly stand against her by themselves.
We've actually met a few communities. We've met the Walker sisters, and we've been to the Clutch. There's quite a few people who feel like the town of Baker's Gap has left them behind. You know, I think that my friend Marcy maybe doesn't trust Baker's Gap. Have you ever heard that name?
Marcy. Marcy. Indeed. Marcy came here once. A few times, actually. She came here all the time. With Georgia Triplet. She saw the good mother quite fervently. And one service, I remember it still, a fire turned green. Sparks flew off into the wood. I remember we all saw a path that we know was not there. And after Marcy walked it, the path was gone. I didn't see Marcy after that, but I heard that she was back in town. Others had seen her.
Oh, well, as of right now, she is not. In fact, she turns away anybody who tries to get close to her home. I'm worried something happened to her and her dad.
That would be awful. I mean, has no one seen her?
I don't actually believe they have. They try and get close, and things are thrown at them from the property to keep them away. Can I do an insight check to see if is this Evelyn or Tim right now?
Timothy is talking to you.
Can I? Is Tim asking questions that he knows the answer to? Like, does he know more than he's pretending to know?
Yeah, you give me intelligence challenge.
Okay. I am trained in insight. Oh no! Oh no! 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 I rolled a 1. Oh no! No! No!
Absolutely. You look deep and Timothy frowns. Well, those who do not accept gifts given in kindness are not welcome here.
What?
And everyone stands up.
Oh fuck!
You see very quickly your tent is undone. Anything you had in there is picked up and thrown to your feet. You may leave now.
What did you do, Lynn?
Oh my god! You were right next to me. I was just asking. Oh, this is why you have to do the talking.
I've been at this a long time. I know when someone does not believe me, when someone thinks that what I say and what I truly give is poison and tainted, and you were accepted here with trust and faith, and yet you gave none in return. You may go.
Sir, we will leave. And I apologize for my friend. If you could be so kind before we go. The good mother, does she ever appear to people if they need her?
When she is free, she will visit.
Thank you. And we appreciate your help. At least I do. I will go. I can take Lynn by the arm. What did you do, Lynn?
Kelly, you were sitting right there.
Well, why didn't you believe him? He was being nice to us. He gave us food.
Oh, people who give you food for free? It's usually not free.
All we've ever been asked for is chores.
Didn't we come here to ask questions and get answers?
Yeah.
I was just trying to suss out if he was telling the truth.
I know, but
weird how angry he got that quickly.
But
Thank you.
I really wanted to know more about this good mother. Well, we should go. We should get Peridot and Sally. And also, we need to figure out who this George Triplet is.
Kelly, if you really want to stay, have a fight with me.
What?
Fight with me, really loud. The enemy of my enemy. Yeah. Make them think that you're mad at me, and maybe they will take you back.
No, we've already. Look, I was being genuine. Let's just get out of here before we. I don't want to know what they're going to do if we don't leave.
Oh, Sally's going to be so mad.
I know. But it's okay. We'll think of something.
Well, the other two never went, so they don't hate them.
I don't think it matters.
They tore down our tent.
Yeah, just got to the group.
Yeah.
That being said, if there's anything anybody kind of wanted to be doing while that scene happened, you were free to have pursued something.
I was muted. Okay, during that time, Peridot was probably going to be sensing, like, I have an ability called Nearby Presence. You sense a magical entity close to you, offering to lend a hand. But like using that, I specifically wanted like sense like the like the vibe of the magic around us, or just like, because from what just like witnessing Brother Timothy talk about the Good Mother, a lot, like, this is a place of like charged with belief. So there would be a kind of like an essence to their, like, of magic to their belief here, on whether or not that, like, the feeling of it feels like Peridot's connection to the green, or like the dark stuff that we felt back at the home. Because she's not getting the conversation that's happening at dinner.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Give me intelligence, understanding magic.
Okie dokie. I'm trained. I'm going to use my effort. So that's -3 for my intellect. That's a 9.
Okay. Gotta let your senses move out here. Feeling the idea of the green, and something's off. Then you know about the dark as well. That ain't it either. It's as if it's the green and the dark, but each having been corrupted, changed, the dark defiled, the green desecrated. That's what seems to have the scent of this place.
Sally, this place is weird.
Uh-huh.
No, like the energy of it is weird.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, do you remember the feeling back at the home when it was kind of like you stuck your hands in cold water and there were insects crawling all over your skin at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
It's just not comfortable, right?
Uh-huh.
And then, well, whenever we've channeled the green, it feels more like this kind of like natural wildness, like when you first see the sun come up in the morning and there's just like that bright halo of light, or when the fireflies come out at night. It's just feels natural, right?
Uh-huh.
It doesn't feel like either of those things here.
What's it feel like?
Like both and not at all. And it makes me wonder that, I mean, all these people are here because in many ways they were turned away from everybody else.
Go on.
That it's like, well, it explains why it's their belief is so strong. The Good Mother welcomes anybody who is unwelcome. She doesn't discriminate against who comes as long as they believe.
Peridot, you want to try something with me?
Sure.
Okay. So Sally wants to try to use her insight of her GM intrusion, well, player intrusion, but I want to try to give the vision to Peridot by using this ritual
So the vision of what?
of what they're seeking, because she seems to have seen something here. So I'm trying to use the insight of my brother because that's what's allowing us to get this. So I'm allowing her to pretty much contact him to ask for the insight to allow it to have a vision. To maybe understand what, because Lives doesn't understand as much as she's talking about, so maybe brother might have a little more. And it is about to be nighttime anyway, so.
Yeah, it is night by this point.
Yeah, so Lives would be technically transferring over right now.
All right. So say it again. It's because you're going to
So
precisely what you want to give.
I get to pretty much have a player intrusion after every 10 hours.
Okay.
And since we have our 10-hour recovery roll already, I'm giving my player intrusion as to Peridot to have this vision.
Okay, a vision of
could
what?
ask, and that's what I want Molly to have the chance to choose.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, they can ask a question, basically. Or okay.
Yep, as brother comes out, and you get this chance.
Perfect. That works. So you see, like, slight glassy-eyed thing is brother looks at you, or Sally's eyes look at you, but they're unfocused, darting. Peridot.
You're not Sally.
I am brother.
Hi. It's nice to meet you.
Sally says you need help.
Peridot kind of does this little like head shake of like, yeah, I guess we do kind of need a little help.
What do you want to ask, brother?
I'm going to ask brother if the curse that's like upon like the water and the creatures that we found, is it of the dark, the green, or this in betweenness?
That is clearly that which sleeps beneath in the inner dark. A deal made, a price paid. and payment in full. All terms satisfied. Agreed to.
Wait. So the curse is the result of it because the payment has been made. It's not something that's been exacted upon them. Somebody wanted this curse to happen?
Yes.
Gasp!
Goes, should there be able to tell you here? So say. It was offered by the town and given as payment to the dark. That's all I can see. Those who made the transaction would know precisely what is there. Now, Peridot, do you know Mishka?
A little bear?
No. I thought, oh wow. And stands up. He kind of, I think at this point, looks over and goes, uh-oh. As everyone stands up and starts taking things from the tent. But let's say anybody else wanted something. And also for the purpose of this, Josh, I want you to control the character. I don't want to drive your character for
Okay.
if they have to leave in the night. That makes no fun for you.
That was crazy. Mishka. I forgot about Mishka.
I'm still wondering who Mishka is.
Okay.
Mishka.
So for the sake of my notes, basically what brother said at that very end part was that the town wanted the curse to happen and paid the dark a payment.
It's probably not. You're putting some words in that change what they said.
Okay.
So I'll say as clear as I can from what brother can really know.
All right. I'm just gonna write it word for word. Then.
Whether knowingly or not, the town offered something to someone. That person exchanged what was offered to them to the inner dark for something. And what you are seeing is probably the results or the consequences of that exchange.
Okay.
As the tent's getting torn down, brother, I think, realizes we're in danger and just totally ejects Lies back into the driver's seat. And Lies like, what? Oh
no.
What's going on, Peridot? Why is our home getting destroyed? What? Why are you people
Peridot's all
doing
on
this?
the ground. Peridot's all on the ground.
Oh, God. Oh.
Are we back yet?
Yeah, that happened, and then I think everyone's now back together.
Yeah.
They came over because the tent was destroyed. Just double check if there's anything for Ace.
No, I think I'm good.
All right, Danielle, you're back.
Okay, everybody.
Guys?
We we got to get going.
Why?
I messed up. I asked stupid questions and they kicked us out. So let's we just got to get out of here, okay? But we did discover a few things, including something about a George triplets. Somebody who was with Marcy, and when she came here, so she used to come here a lot, and then she stopped, and they didn't really seem to know what they didn't seem to know that she was possibly at her property, and no one's ever seen her anyway, so it's possible she's not even there. But yeah, apparently they knew Marcy. So that's really the first lead we've had on Marcy since the school. I don't know where we're going to sleep tonight, but...
Do you mean Maybell?
Oops, that was me.
Hey, Belle, that's who we meant.
I was like, who the hell is this Marcy? Where did she come from?
I don't know. I think I was thinking
Well-
Marcy Walker, maybe.
That was
It was
one of
me
those
who
things
said Marcy.
I just went with it because I'm like, we know who we're talking.
M-name.
Yeah,
It's like
I've done that too. So
Which one of those
Yeah.
things that's like, as soon as someone says a wrong name, the right one always goes out of my head.
yeah.
Like, I know what you said was wrong, but the right one was like, nope, it's gone. It just got kicked out. So
Uh,
funny.
Yep.
So sorry about that, everybody. But yeah, we just got to get our stuff and we got to get going.
Sally
And once
whispers
we're
to Gerdo and goes, "Did you learn anything?
Oh yeah.
We'll talk to them about that after we leave the
Okay.
camp."
I'm really sorry, Sally.
It's okay.
On the plus side, they seemed really nice. The people here. I got to talk to Timothy a little bit, and talk to him about Mom. And apparently, the good mother is a grieving mother. It's a little unclear when she appears or if she appears, but the way he said it was, if she's needed, she comes, sort of in that way. Anyway.
And that doesn't sound like my mother.
No,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't her.
Well, maybe she'll come to you.
Maybe.
But I guess let's get going.
Oh, right. Yeah, they said if she was free. If she was free. That's one thing Timothy did say. So I don't know if that means that she's currently bound somewhere or who knows. It's a lot of pieces, but I'm sure we can put it together.
I don't want to just like assume because I have absolutely no idea who your mother is, but would it be beyond her to be lying to these people this whole time so they'd get her free?
My mother?
Yeah.
Ooh, how would Sally answer this? No, she's truthful. She's never lied to me. I don't think.
Despite lying
actually,
to you,
wait, she did actually kind of lie to me because she told me I was her daughter, but I was actually, once I got my memories back. So, yeah, I might have to stop talking.
Okay, so this is something she is capable of.
Possibly.
All right,
probably
just wondering.
Guys, me and
Yeah.
Parrot learned something too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And then I'll kind of like hop out of Sally's arms, now that we're kind of like out and about. So I kind of thought that perhaps there was looking into the feeling of like the magic in this place, and it's very different from the green and then the dark. It's like in the middle, which kind of makes sense with what you talked about the good mother and everything. And then also I talked with brother for a little bit.
What?
And brother said, yeah.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
He was here?
crud. No.
Does it have to be 3 times in a row to make Esther come? Got it. Okay.
Okay. It's like Beetlejuice. And I talked to him, wink, and he told me that he gave me a vision, quote unquote. Apparently someone in town, whether knowingly or not, offered up something. And I'm thinking, since it seems like some of the people in town have a connection to the green, perhaps that's who they thought it was, or it might have even been to the good mother. Who knows? But something was offered up, and a person took that and gave it to the dark, and this curses the result. Also, he asked if I knew someone named Mishka. Who's Mishka?
Oh gosh, I have to think back if Kelly's heard. I think she has. It's been a while.
Pretty sure he's asked. I know.
Yeah, I think he has.
Naelin's heard of Mishka because he's asked her about it.
I'm gonna assume we all have because this
Yes.
was like back in the days of the band kind of getting smashed up, so I'm not gonna remember. But I assume we all have.
Yeah, I think you can assume you all have heard it one point or the other.
And I
Ace,
think
do
we
you
all
know Mishka?
asked each other.
We haven't asked Ace though.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe
Mishka.
one day.
Isn't that Russian?
Yeah, I think it means little bear.
Oh, the bear that Lynn was looking for. Could that be Mishka?
That is a little bear, isn't it?
Yeah. They did appear around the time that brother was asking about Mishka.
Well, what did brother say when you said the bear?
He kind of seemed a little bit upset that I didn't know what he was talking about. And then the mob came and threw us out.
The mob?
The people.
Right. Okay. Well, where are we going to sleep tonight? Because it's way too dark for us to make it back in time. It's well past 7.
I guess we sleep outside.
Yeah, middle of nowhere is as good as any.
Do we even have a tent?
Nope. So we sleep under the stars.
Okay. All right. Maybe we can find a clearing somewhere, just stay near a road. Would that be safe to sleep by the road?
Probably not.
Surely the people here are friendly.
I don't know what there's no cars. Maybe a bit more safe.
There are 2 cars.
Yeah, what happened to
Took
the
a
cars?
truck.
Oh, there are cars. You're right. I have a shitty memory. Yeah.
You've been in the 20s longer than we have.
Yeah, well, I spent a lot of time longer in that school than you guys did too. Weird stuff happens there.
Okay.
Well, maybe we should at least sleep halfway between the woods and the road.
Okay.
Because we do know there's dark things in these woods.
Yeah.
Like that thing named Tom. That creature.
Does anybody have the map up? And their satchel?
Nayland pulls out the map.
All right. Do you see anything we could... anything nearby? A house? Anything? Maybe there's a barn we can sleep in.
I mean,
Honestly, I feel safer sleeping outside than I do stumbling into some random place in the woods. I feel like the odds that some kind of demon or doohickeys in there is like way higher.
I don't know. I think it's kind of like a 1920s hotel.
Like
Should
breaking
just
into
pay
a
for it.
barn
Yeah.
in the middle of the woods.
I don't know. I never thought I'd be out here in the middle of nowhere in the 1920s. This is like the last place I ever thought I'd be.
Yeah, considering some of the stories I've heard, I feel like this would be one of the more normal things. I'm just happy that it's still Earth.
the closest like place that looks settled is like over a mile away, I think,
That's not too
or
bad.
a mile away. Oh, 1.5 miles away.
That's like 20 minutes. Maybe half an hour.
Well, should we get walking and hope to find the place empty?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
We will start walking that way.
So Nayland's going to lead them south down that road to this sort of farmland looking area.
Okay. Sounds like a
I
plan.
think we had the 3 miles an hour, if I remember correctly. So it's about a half hour.
It's also not south, it's east, but
Right.
whatever. You get it.
Yeah. I knew what you meant.
Downwards on the map.
All right. Yeah, I guess in that case, navigating through these dark woods, I guess I'll take a speed or intellect challenge.
Ooh.
I also have a compass.
Oh, then you are eased.
Nice. I think
If I do it, I get a lot of boons for navigation.
I will give you my compass.
If I do it, I get a lot of not boons.
Is this a defense task?
No.
Oh, crap.
So I'm gonna put 1 level of effort in, which means I get 2 other efforts or levels of effort for free. So no pool points. So really, that's 3 easements and then a 4th one for Peridot's compass.
Yeah.
And I'm also trained in navigation, so that's
Careful movement?
I could probably give careful movement.
All right. So I will spend 3 points, which is 1 thing, and roll. Whoop! Dropped it. No, that's a 16 on the dice.
So I'll take Kelly and Lynn for this. What's Lynn
Okay.
getting?
oh, natural 20.
Ooh.
To make up for that other roll.
It's the highs and lows of life.
All right. In that case, you soon come to Homestead. Fence wide, things okay. You can see the warm light through the windows. And as all of you look, You see appears to be maybe a man in his 40s on his porch, looking out into the dark, holding a lamp that shines bright. From your point, you're fairly close to this point, we'll say a short distance away. And the lamp light shines on several naked women standing there. Then you recognize the one that seems to be the most in front as the woman you talked to earlier today. And as you look, you can hear Mr. Niles, your time has come to pay. Is there anything you'd like all to do?
Lynn, you look like you recognize that person.
They're from the clutch.
What was her name again?
Was it Bertha?
Yeah. I'm
Was it
testing you. I'm testing
Bertha
you.
Norris?
It was.
Kelly's gonna stand up and walk over.
Oh.
I do think Lynn would try and stop Kelly.
So you can roleplay the scene out as like Lynn kind of takes your hand a little bit.
What are you doing?
It's their business. I don't know.
Aren't we the Blue Rose?
What if they deserve it?
We don't know anything.
Well, I met them. I know how they live. They're just trying to survive.
You've talked to them for like 10 minutes and gave them your boots. Let's at least figure out what's going on.
Fine.
Right. Step out.
Does everyone step out?
Yeah. I wanna
Yeah.
do it.
All right. Is there any way you wish to do this, Kelly?
Pardon us. Just
They look. Bertha surprised, the other one's angry. And they breathe through their teeth from their throat. You could swear these other women standing there, the moon highlighting their bodies, growl at you.
we don't.
Go away, children, says Bertha. This is not your business nor your concern. You shouldn't be out this late at night.
I know we're without a home for the night. I'm sorry. I look at the man. What's he doing?
He looks scared, shaken.
He's gonna be-
You can see him from this angle. You can see him looking inside by his door where he has a trusty shotgun.
That man has a gun.
The eyes all snap back to the man. And the women run towards the porch. As they do, they fall to all fours. Their muscles twitch. and quite easily as they screech in pain. Bubbling skin, falling off, with thick fur replacing. As wolves run to the man.
People just trying to get by.
They're werewolves!
I don't know why werewolves also can't just try to get by. How does
Wait a
this-
minute, is it a full moon?
No, they can, but then the term people just trying to get by no longer applies.
And in a moment, Callie, you thus alerting them, they leap and tear the man's throat out.
And that's not just getting by.
Everybody just stay calm.
The wolves turn.
Nayland steps out in front with her hands up peacefully. That's them.
They growl.
I take off my shoes.
Yeah, they sniff. And at once there's a calmness as their eyes move between each of you. And then they all stare at Ace.
Oh, shoot.
And they begin smelling, sniffing, yipping at each other.
I have so
And
many
then-
comments I want to say. Ace looks over at everyone and literally says, "There's so many comments I want to say right now, but I really don't want to get eaten."
This is kind of pulling from D&D a little bit, but this new Nayland since the Green has a subclass that's new, and it's actually called a Wolf Pack Ranger. And I think that feeling this connection to nature, I think Nayland kind of just sort of puts her hand on Ace, and I do think that she will just growl, and not necessarily meant to be instigating, but more meant to be like, this is my territory.
Okay. This would be intelligence.
Okay.
You could tell me if you have anything that you think would apply to, based off your intention.
I
was
don't
Nayland.
know. They sound so excited to see me, so I don't know why this is playing out so aggressively. I'm trained in related topics to magical and natural creatures of the world. And I'm also trained in peaceful introductions. And I don't mean for this to be threatening. I mean for this to be like,
Right. That's why
If
I left it to you.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I said it that way. With your intention. So I would say, yeah, we can ease you from your skill box there.
and I will give 2 efforts to it.
Okay.
And if so that's 3. Okay. I rolled a 15.
You let out your own growl. Speaking that language, they stop and look and nod. The one that was Bertha shifts, this time actually somewhat effortlessly, out to the naked woman. Your pack, your responsibility.
My pack, my responsibility.
Looks, seems to confirm that the man on the porch is dead. You best find a way home that does not look like you came from here, so they don't think you had anything to do with this. We will be in the dark, making sure you get to your destination. She transforms back and growls, and they slink off into the darkness.
You don't have a destination.
Well, we better pick one.
Is it a terrible idea to try and stay in this empty house?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, then
Fuck, okay.
it's a terrible idea. And by the way, why did you get out in front of me?
They knew me.
I had it under control.
You definitely. Well, I'm not sure that you didn't, but
But you wanted to show off.
I'm not complaining here. We're alive. I don't know what you did to make them back off, but you know, the sooner the people that just ripped out someone's throat are away from you, the better.
they're distrustful, Kelly. This was the safest way. I wasn't showing off. I will grumpily put my shoes back on.
I was earning their trust.
You want to talk about trust? Don't lie for me anymore, especially not to our friends.
I didn't do it for you.
Well, then why did you do it?
Do we really have to talk about this now?
Nope. You
Good.
don't ever have to talk about it.
Fine.
Fine.
No, you know what, Lynn? It is fine. It's 100% fine. Everything is fine.
Yeah, feels fine. I
It
agree, it's
feels
fine. I'm the one who
so
said it was
fine.
fine.
Exactly. Everything since we came back has been fine. Fine, fine, fine.
Can you guys establish your problems after we find a place to sleep?
Sally, do they always fight like this?
Yes. They do.
You know, Lynn, a little bit of faith earlier could have gone a long way.
I don't know how to contend with your hero complex. I know you feel guilty about your mom, but we are not your mom. Saving us isn't going to make you feel better.
You don't bring up my mom.
Let's just go.
Oh, where are you trying to head?
Where on the map can we even go?
Is there like a... I guess we were originally looking for like a barn that we could break into.
Yeah.
Are there properties like that around if we've hit civilization?
So, a few more miles or so, 1,000 feet or so, half a mile maybe, you can find another property. It's civilization's really a rough word in the way that we think, right? It's property, and then there's wood and that, and then eventually another place you will find. But yes.
So we're like in between the Good Mother Ministries and then like the railroad that goes through,
Yes.
right?
So you can definitely find a shed or something to sneak in if you want.
I'd say as just like a personal let's separate ourselves from the scene of the crime. Not get to the next house, but the house maybe after that one.
Yeah, just try not to leave any trace of our being here.
To be fair, I think we could probably reasonably prove that their throat was ripped out by something much more, wolf-like.
No one has reason to suspect we were there. I'm not worried about it.
I'm still a little bit... I'm a little interested in why they did this in the first place. What did this guy do?
Probably something super shitty.
Maybe,
I mean,
but they...
Sorry.
I was going to say it was the way they were looking at Ace. I mean, they were about to attack him too.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. I mean, I've done bad things, but I've never done anything bad to them.
They're distrustful. The town hasn't been kind to them, especially the men in the town.
Question is, this guy here, was he just in the wrong place, or was he actually guilty of something?
They named him. It seemed intentional.
Yeah, it could have been something simple, though. It could have been, hey, we don't want you living here. I don't know. It kind of makes me want to look around his place.
As the DM, you're certainly free to do this. You will be walking around like the porch is covered in blood, the throat's ripped out.
Yeah, I just realized.
Okay, there's just me giving the as a
There's no side window, is there?
I mean, you can. I'm just saying. You're going to be putting evidence of yourself likely at the scene. You can certainly do that. I just want to make sure you, as the players, know what you were doing.
Callie, the pack is waiting in the woods for us to leave, and they made it very clear that we should go now. I don't think we should hang around.
All right, so what direction are we going?
More east.
East. How long east?
Until Peridot and Matt agree that we are safe.
What do you think, Peridot?
Well, not the first house we run into. Maybe the second, if it seems like it has a good place for us to sleep.
All right. In that case, easy enough. You are able to find your way. Looks like the person at this point in the traveling has probably gone to bed. And you are able to... It looks like a shed. And as you get in, the smell is unpleasant. You see different cuts of meat drying here. Salted, but it's better than being outside. And it seems relatively safe.
Is there anything dried enough to eat?
Yeah, I think looking at some, you can see that would be would work for jerky and such things.
Okay.
So you can have yourself a little meal here. And any RP you'd like to do, You can see as you kind of find this place, there's some chittering and a howl, as though in recognition that what was following you and an entourage has left and consider you escorted. Actually, I think here's probably a good place for our break. Come back. All right. Come back. Alright. Did Josh post anything? I don't think so. I don't say anything. Alright. So I come back in a little bit. So anything you want to do at night, or would you like to go to the morning?
Since Peridot doesn't sleep at all, as she's gonna kind of like be awake through the night, making sure that we're okay. Maybe she keeps like an eye out for the wolves.
Just a point of clarification about the wolves. These were not the same creatures that we encountered the previous time where Naylan like used her blood to like make a deal with them to like let us pass.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Those were like those were the white red-eyed goat horned things.
Gotcha. Yes, yes.
Black.
And I know that night Kelly wants to talk to Sally. Which was really awkward when I came back and Sally was gone.
I'm so dead.
What's up, Kelly?
Hey, Sally.
How
We
are
talk.
you? Of course, always.
Why weren't you mad at me?
Why would I be mad at you?
Because I told you I screwed up the whole thing with the good mother.
Things happen, and it wasn't your fault.
Well, what if I said I did it on purpose?
Why would you have done that?
I mean, would it matter?
Do you not want me to find my mother because of you losing your mother?
No, I don't know. When we were in there, we met this guy, that Timothy guy. And I actually believed him for a second. Like, I thought he might have an answer for me. I thought maybe this good mother was the ticket, right? Because I told you I was thinking about
mailing that letter. And I don't know. He just changed in an instant, and Sally, I think you're the only person who gets it. I killed her. Like, legitimately killed her. People can call it a freak accident or whatever, but I was careless. I used that stupid spell. It freaked her out. And then I took all of you on some wild goose chase, trying to come up with an explanation for how it wasn't my fault. And the whole time I knew it was. And so we went and we fought this other Kelly. I think that's why Esther's here.
Because you blame yourself?
It's not just about blaming myself, Sally. I need someone to hate me. Esther hates me.
That's what I mean. You hate yourself, but you can't force yourself to do it. So your subconscious brought Esther about. Because you knew that you treated her badly also.
Wow. You really... You must have been talking to Careless, huh?
That, and I spend a lot of time with you and watching you. Kelly?
Yeah.
I have been thinking, do you really want your mom back?
I want to undo what I did.
What if that undoing what you did caused an or like Nealon says, does cause a ripple? Because I mean, there's ways to get your mom back without causing that ripple, but it would be a change that I don't know if you'd be ready for or you would want.
I know. And a part of me knows that.
Well, whatever you do decide, no matter the consequences, I'll be right there with you. Because you've been by my side through everything. I mean, you even came and found me in a different world after I burnt down the roller rink and the roller derby that we built.
Yeah, well, in the end, all that stuff that I was holding on to just... I mean, it was just stuff.
It is. Like me holding on to the grudge that you and Nealon dated after I literally watched you die. I've totally let that go. I'm totally fine with Nealon now. She does not glare over at Nealon at all.
Yeah, I felt bad, especially that time you turned her into a frog. But
yeah, that was, that was the old me. A lot's changed. I think we've grown.
I think we have.
But I also think you two need to work on what you guys have still built up.
I know, and eventually we will. It's just, sometimes I just need someone to fight me,
Yeah.
And she's so easy to fight. And sometimes it's just what I need. And it's dumb, and yeah, it's awful to do it to her, but it's like, if I don't do that, I'm worried about sending this stupid letter or doing something else stupid. Sally, have you thought about... I mean, I'm sitting here just telling you all my problems, but not too long ago, you mentioned wanting to go back home. I'm not going to say the person's name because, but do you ever think about her?
Them? I haven't in a long time, which is kind of weird. I mean, I know part of it's because of what caused it, but also I think it's kind of, everything that we've done and how even Nayland put the time thing, and then she technically mentioned that before we even thought about messing around with time, that things happen for a reason, and if it was meant to happen, it would. But then I also kind of fell for you.
Sally, your mother. What is it you hope to? I mean, you know about my mother issues, but I feel like I hardly know about yours. What is it that you're wanting to do or to find out?
I mean, a lot. I mean, why she kept my past a mystery. What she's expecting of me, because she's given me these gifts. She's placed brother inside of me, who we know if I find true love's gonna eat my brain, which I'm still trying to deal with. But that's out there. I'm just also there's still that other guy that I still think about from time to time.
The guy you were married or engaged to?
No, the guy that came into my head that once when we had coffee.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
So
You ever heard back from him?
no, because of mother. So I kind of told him that me and mom have things to work out first. So I don't know. I'm still curious about everything.
Well, all of us will be here to support whatever you decide.
Can I suggest something to you?
Yeah,
You and Nayland should have one of these talks.
maybe. But
No, you should. It would help.
I think you're right. It's just not at the moment. I still feel like I still need her to not like me very much right now. Because otherwise I'm just going to not like myself. But I'll talk to her eventually.
All right, Kelly.
Good night, Sally.
Yeah, you get your sleep.
Okay. Anything else? Then, you begin hearing the rustling of a house and fire being set as the sky just begins to warm. As the person whose house you're in starts to do their 4 a.m. chores.
And when they start getting up, I'll wake everybody else up and be like, guys, the people who live in the house are up. We should probably skedaddle.
15 more minutes, please.
Not how it works when you're breaking and entering.
Come on, Kelly.
Fine.
Maybe if we're lucky, we'll find an apple tree on the way.
Why would we find? How does that lucky?
Food.
Oh, then you'll have something to eat.
Oh, right. Other
Wait,
than the
how
dried
does
meat.
it Make food. I point at Peridot.
Well, I don't want to take all of their food.
No, I thought you just like made food. I thought like that was just a thing. That's where all the food's been coming from.
No, Ace, I don't eat. I've been storing it inside my wooden body.
So you haven't been making it. Ah, I thought we were like.
I mean, I could. I have that ability to make food and drink.
So you just put the food in you?
When we eat, like when I look like this, as I look like a cute little girl who's adorable in every way. Yeah.
How long does it stay there?
Until it rots, and or I take it out.
That's that smell. Okay.
Well, I've been taking it out every time we've eaten,
Okay.
and then I clean myself. What do you think I've been doing every time you guys go to sleep?
But you just
Other than keeping
rubbing
watch.
brush and just... I don't want to know. All right. Yeah. We can go.
I have to look beautiful and cute and adorable.
And you do.
Thank you. And utterly disarming so that it makes it easier to stab people in the back. But not you guys. The bad guys.
Right.
Very convincing.
Overnight, Matt, I did do a 10-minute recovery roll.
Okay.
Well, we still haven't gone to... Oh, boy. Not Marjorie.
Maybell.
Still haven't gone to Maybell.
All takes is the one.
I guess we could... How close are we to there right now?
Like 8 hours,
Oh,
I think, or somewhere around there. 6 hours or something.
well,
So-
It's a trek.
one of
Where
our-
is Maybell's?
It's
like
It's all the
on
way
this
across
map.
the reservoir.
Yeah.
Like, we have to go past the lake.
Based on some of the things we learned. Oh, yeah. And also, we learned about that guy's name, right? George Triplets.
Well, we're already heading back to town anyway, right?
Yeah, we can.
Potentially, yeah. Georgie Triplet.
Georgie Triplet. Okay. We got to find out who that is. Maybe
Once we get to town, we stop by the chess club.
I look at Ace.
Wait, what? Sorry, my dogs are freaking out.
Sally had mentioned going to the chess club, and I looked at you.
Oh. I mean, like, we can. I just end up helping this guy. I'm going to be pissed.
I was just saying not to help him, but we might be able to learn stuff. Because we also have to
Oh,
think
yeah.
about what Peridot learned last night. That somebody might have made this curse. And if Jack seems very helpful, the town, and there's a speakeasy. And if Jack helped set up the speakeasy, what happens if that's what he did for the town, and they just gave him something, and then he was like, well, I don't need this, so I'm going to give it to the whatever. So we just
Yeah,
have to
just
think
as
about it.
Like, we can go and get information, but let's just really make sure not to do what he wants us to do. I don't do free labor.
Above table question. Last session, Nayland tried to have a memory or whatever, and we think that the ladies of auxiliary are related to this deal. This idea that they keep trying to go and give help to Maybell, and it keeps getting turned away. Okay, great. Is it the ladies that feel connected, or just that act of trying to help and being turned away?
I mean,
It's okay if I can't tell.
They're kind of one and the same, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I guess that's another thing we could do is go back to the ladies' auxiliary and find out what we can there. I mean, if they know everything, they'll probably know who Georgie is. But I kind of agree that we haven't been to this chess club, and it might be worth checking out.
Yeah, that's fine. If Jack is there, maybe he actually knows a little bit about the mother of the good mother or whatever.
Yeah.
I will play nice, but we have to make sure we're not making any deals with this guy.
I know. Based on everything we've learned about him, he's very tricky.
All right.
So we head to town.
Okay. So you take so many hours and you're able to get out there the best you can. That is stuff you take you into town. Where specifically do you want to start here?
What are we thinking? Chess club?
Yeah.
So to the speakeasy.
I know we woke up at 4 a.m. Is it like an okay time to go to a chess club / speakeasy?
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Speakeasy.
Yeah, it's a little early for the speakeasy.
To the church.
Yeah. Unless there's... Well, how much of the town have we even explored at this point? I know we went there to meet Jack at one point. But have we been to a lot of places there?
We have not been to the courthouse, the sheriff's office, the cemetery, the general store.
I mean, we could check with the sheriff just to see what the current thoughts are on what happened the other night. Or at least find out kind of if there's what they're doing to make sure the town's safe. We could just be concerned citizens based on what we saw.
I will also say, just for the sake of saying, that the general store is listed with a bunch of other things. It's a general store, an auto repair, and a post office.
Correct.
Yep.
Just for Kelly's mind. Okay.
Yeah, I remember only because I've run Call of Cthulhu and I remember general stores running those. Okay.
If it's still early, guys, we could just try and go to Maybell's now.
8 hours away?
No, we're already in town. It's only 4
Yeah.
hours now.
Okay,
So
but that's actually not a
we
bad
get
idea.
there around like 1 or 2.
Yeah, we could at least take a sight in, maybe scope the place out, see if they throw stuff at us, and see what happens.
Okay. I like that plan.
I do too. I've been wanting to meet this Maybell.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for 7 sessions.
Matt's like, I just put up all the stuff for town.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
You're fine. This is one of those moments I'm like, okay. This is what I say. All right, y'all got to wait a second. This is what I
Yeah.
These are these moments.
That's fair.
You know what?
I don't mind us doing whatever. If we need to stay
No,
at
we're
the town,
good.
we'll stay at the town.
It's a matter of just switching. It's when it happens occasionally. I'm like, oh, did it? Nope, you didn't go where I thought you were going. Give me a sec. Very cool. A lot faster than it used to be in paper days, though.
Yeah.
We did the old switcheroo.
Going through the old notebooks.
Yeah. Where did I put that book? All right. So, brain work. Thank you. Okay. That keys. Different. All right. So it's a bit of a trek, of course, up in these hills. They're vast. After the reservoir, you are able to find a type of footpath. Looks like it leads towards what you assume is Maybows and maybe a few other places. You get upon the wood, so you get upon the trail here and follow it. It's just about the weeds on either side come up above your knees, and it's only really wide enough for one person to walk at a time. Even then, it's mostly through things that if there are ticks, you're sure you're going to get them. You've been pushing, and soon it also gets rocky and a bit harder to move on about. And of course, it's the level of it keeps on moving up harder and harder to get by. Takes more time. And after a little bit, you can see there is two stone piles on either side of the path. Each one not identical, but made similarly. Stone that has been rounded smooth by so many years in water. Deep and dark. Scratched on them is an arrow each, pointing every which way. And sitting on top of each one is what looks like the skull of a wolf. What would you like to do?
A wolf, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I assume she's not a friend of Bertha's.
Bertha knew her, but I didn't ask a lot of questions about their relationship. She pretended that she didn't.
Which means she does know her, and it's a sore subject.
That would make sense. What do y'all think? The direct approach?
That hasn't worked for anybody else.
True. What do you think, Peridot?
Well, we could try being sneaky, but we could also, I don't know, get really hurt. So I think maybe the direct approach is the honest way in.
What if we watch the place for a little bit?
You
Yes,
don't see
we
a
could go
house
through.
yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Okay, we're good. Okay. Gotcha. So we're gonna have to pass. Okay. I think I see what you're okay. Yep. I'm picturing it now. Ominous.
Does it seem like could I do some sort of check to determine if I think the ladies' auxiliary passed this point when they would come and check on Mabel? Like looking at the ground or anything?
Yeah, it'd be intelligence. I think you want to put into here.
Okay. Nothing. I don't think I have anything. So, straight intelligence, I'll do 1 level of effort. Oh, my God. Never let me roll dice again. I rolled a 1. Next time I want to do something, somebody stop me.
2 ones and 120.
Somebody stop me. All right.
No.
You come up and you want to trying to follow where tracks might go. And as a good tracker, you put yourself in the shoes of them, of where they might be walking. And as such, you lose a sense of yourself as you find yourself bumping right into these pillars as they crash down.
Wow, Lynn.
Shit.
And as they hit the ground, a rumbling and a howl of a type like grass caught between lips and fingers, whistling in the air. And you can see spots on the other side of where this would have been rumbling, as well as these stones melding into dirt, the skulls being lifted up as other bits of discarded animal and plant and undergrowth all rise up into 4 beings of bone, skull, fungus. Their bodies like a quadrupedal animal, but wrong too many claws and mouths on each one as they charge. Very clearly denoting trespasser. Initiative challenge.
Yay. Wait, how's that initiative work again?
Like anything else.
It's a speed challenge, right?
Yeah, it's speed.
All right.
13.
10.
18.
12.
All right, just a second.
16.
Sorry, my thing got off funky. Still is very funky. Why are you so funky? Let me go to this one.
That's the
All right.
universe telling you we shouldn't have this combat.
Okay, so what'd you get? And tell me if there's anything going towards it.
Flat 13.
Okay.
Flat 16.
Molly or
10. I thought I
18.
had.
okay.
Hoopsie doopsie.
All right. In that case, these have risen up, and Aislinn, Kelly, and Sally, you all get to go.
All right. I think Kelly is going to borrow a page from Lynn's book. She thinks back to what Lynn did. This is like that Jurassic Park moment where Jeff Goldblum has the brilliant idea to do what Sam Neill did. So she is going to perch down on all fours and growl. And I'm going to try to spin my identity to make them think I'm one of them. But we're friendly wolves.
Oh man! All right. I mean, spend your stuff, but I'll let you know as you do this. This is what I'll give you for this.
All right.
These are possessed by another will.
Oh,
They
no.
are. They do not think. They do not reason.
Okay. Well,
They only know that they've been told to kill.
okay. Well, this isn't going to work, but it is what it is. So I just roll. Well, I know it cost me.
It does do the cost, yeah.
Yeah. So the cost is 2+ intellect points.
Yeah, it usually describes what that plus is in the ability.
Let's see. All right. You don't impersonate a specific individual. Instead, you convince the victim you are someone they do not know belonging to a certain category of people. The disguise is not necessary, but a good disguise will almost certainly be an asset. If you attempt to convince more than one creature, the intellect cost increases by 1 point per additional victim.
Okay. So
Bold creatures remain so for up to an hour.
So that would have been a 5 intellect.
5 intellect. Here we go.
Of course, edge. Remember all that stuff.
Yep. Which we're gonna, because she doesn't know it's not gonna work, so she'll spend.
No, edge is the discount. Don't worry about the effort stuff.
Okay, don't worry about the effort stuff. Okay.
No.
All right. Here we go.
So,
I rolled a 10.
right. Well, let's just say it's not a roll because this can't. You're
okay.
learning the thing. That's what I was trying to tell you. Is like you're gonna learn this bit of it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna like make you roll and risk the one, but we're just gonna take the power cost.
Yeah.
as
So what
the
happens is she does this, and then she very quickly gets back up. They don't think we're wolves.
Malin rolls her eyes.
The other wolves were still people,
These are possessed.
but they're just wolves. At least I think. Do they look like? Do the other
They
people
don't
look
think-
like either wolves?
These
They can't think.
there's like skulls and mushrooms and like they're not.
Oh, I missed that part. Never mind. These are murder wolves. They are not innocent.
These things are made of bones, death, fouled earth, and dead plant matter and debris. Rotting beasts of dark earth. Misshapen approximations of true animals. To give a clearer picture.
Yeah, so those are hell spawns. They need to die.
How did the ladies' auxiliary get past these things?
Right. So I've got Aislinn or Sally.
I can too. I rolled a 13. I thought that I was below their turn, but am I above their turn? The wolf's turn?
Correct.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I think he
I
said
misunderstood.
Aislinn or Sally.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Anyone who got a 12 essentially
Gotcha.
succeeded on the challenge. Which was
I
everyone but
missed it when you said it
Peridot.
the first time.
Wah, wah.
Did all of the pillars fall down, or was it like 4 of the
There were
6?
2 pillars.
Got it. And they
The pillars are they're 2 piles of stones with a skull on top. You knocked over both, and this occurred.
gotcha.
Someone's got to go.
Sorry, I'm just really thinking about what I want to do.
I am going to use my recovery action.
There you go. Swayselin.
I am gonna try to use command on one of them to grovel, so at least when they attack us, it's one less.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's an intellect challenge.
All right. Oh, another 16.
Ooh. All right. In that case, it does as you commanded. It lowers itself.
I'm spending my turn learning the path. I'm just going to study them for this round so that my next turn is eased by 1.
Very good. In that case, they push forth quickly. The 2 that was knocked over by Lynn immediately on you. Their various claws and skulls trying to bite deep within your skin. So I will need 2 defense rolls. Do might or speed.
I will do. Could I do speed for one and might for the other?
Yeah. So you can describe that way of like when you're trying to dodge the others, you're trying to like catch the claw and push it back.
Beautiful.
Right. So you're trying to dance.
Yeah.
Run, grab it, push. Whew.
I am speed defense trained, and I'm eased by 1 for this defense roll, and I will put in 1 effort. I rolled a 14.
All right. You avoid this beast of the dark earth.
And I will put in 2 efforts for a might defense, and I'm not trained in that.
All right.
Oh, I rolled a 3.
A 3. This one will connect with you, ripping for 4 points of might damage.
Shoot.
Any armor you might have.
Ouch.
All right. And then 1 going directly at Kelly, and the other at Peridot.
Oh no!
So those
Yeah,
are defense
me.
rolls.
I'm gonna use speed defense because I'm trained in speed defense.
My might defense rolls are eased by 2 steps.
Okay.
Because of my charm of protection, and I have +1 to armor.
Okay. Armors if you take damage.
Oh wait, I haven't rolled for this. Let me,
Right.
because I might have +2. Hold on. I do not.
12 for me.
Oh, all right. You're able to quickly move out of the way.
Crap. I roll a 10.
10. You were eased by 2?
Yes.
All right. You're able to get out of the way as well. And then Peridot.
Peridot's going to kind of be like, oh, why do bad things like this always happen? Because we're trying to figure something important out. And then she's going to kind of like, because I feel like she kind of like ducked down to the ground when the creature kind of sailed over her head, and she's gonna look around and she finds like a hagstone on the ground, and then she kind of like takes out her sewing kit. She's gonna thread it through, and she's gonna take it and she's gonna start swinging it around, and it's gonna make kind of like this loud whistling sound, and she's going to like gain their attention and kind of like reach deep into her connection to the green and try to dispel them,
To dispel them?
to make them go away. Basically, I'm going to try to dispel magic them.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. In that case, so this would be one of them. And then, yeah, go ahead and give me intelligence challenge.
Okay. So for a 3rd level spell, that's 9 points straight off the bat.
Yes.
And then I am trained in using magic. 14.
14. You let it out. And it's as if this unraveling blast hits a hard brick wall and falls and is denied.
Okay. Well, I feel like the stone kind of unravels breaks off of my thread, kind of like bonks one in the head, and it just like gets mad at me. Well, I tried.
Very good. And with that, we will end for tonight.
Uh.
We'll come back next week. And Watts, thank you so much. And Not Family.